Hey YouTube, I'm the guy that likes to review things and stuff. And today we have a set of the famous Kenwood mv-7s. For those of you that are here watching this that aren't subscribed to me, you know why you're here. You've probably picked a pair of these up somewhere, or you have a pair and you're basically trying to refurbish them or do something with them. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to go through a little bit of the process of redoing these. We're going to talk about them. So originally when you get these speakers, the cabinets are just pressed wood, really bad stuff. So for some reason my projector kept pausing and or unmuting itself. But anyway, so these are originally pressed particle board or pressed board. These came out in the 80s. These were only sold in Japan at the PX. So military guys would pick these up. You know, some of them would bring them back to the States with them. But the cool thing about these speakers is this horn is made by Fostech's. Best horn in my life that I have ever heard after I redid these crossovers. The tweeter is basically one of the other popular speakers that it's in is the Realistic Mach 2s. So if you ever need one of these tweeters, just go on eBay. They're all over the place. The horns are a little bit harder. Nobody wants to sell these. But you can still get the diaphragms for the horns. So if your diaphragms are bad, you know, if the horns are blown, you can actually get a new diaphragm for them. So basically I got new diaphragms in both the horns. This one's all back together. This one I haven't put back together because I wanted to leave it not together so I could just kind of show you what I did for redoing these. So basically, let me get sat down here. All right, so this is your tweeter that comes in it. I haven't put this one back in yet. Okay, and then this is the horn. So one thing you're going to want to do on your horns is it's kind of hard to see inside there. So sorry, excuse me. Let me get my flashlight out here. So down there you can see the throat, and then there's your horn. It does have a diaphragm in the middle, or a diffuser over the diaphragm. So what I did on this guy is I actually took the diffuser completely out. It's kind of hard to get an angle on it, but I did repaint the diffuser silver, and like I said, replace the diaphragm. I have not done this one yet, and these are, as you can hear, aluminum. So best horns ever. These are your woofers. These are just, you know, normal, ordinary, you know, aluminum stamped baskets. Nothing to really write home about. But they sound good. So I'm kind of torn between what I did with the cabinets. As you can see, I did the JBL blue on them. And then this is basically Duratex coating. So 3 coats of this, it dries like a hard plastic. You got to sand the cabinets down really good. Normally when you get these, the corners are all dinged up and chipped up. So, you know, use a little bit of wood putty to fix those and then sand it down to where they're nice and square, you know, and then put them back together. But one of the things that I have not decided of what I'm going to do is JBL makes some really nice, you know, cast baskets, you know, cast iron baskets, 12-inch. I might get them, I might not. I don't know yet. I've already heard this one after I did the crossover rebuild. So here's the crossovers that you get. So when you have crossovers, so basically these are just normal electrolytic filter capacitors. For their age, 30 years, all of the capacitors test out perfect, which totally blew me away. But basically what I do is, obviously we have plenty of room here. So you have what's called film capacitors. So they have less electrolytic fluid in them, liquid, whatever you want to call it. But that requires the capacitor to be bigger. So the nice thing about the film capacitors is because there's less electrolytic fluid inside there, your signal path to your speakers isn't going to be hindered because there's less fluid. Less fluid means better sound. Amazing sound. Like when I still had this one in its factory state and this one already rebuilt side by side on my my Yamaha MX 1000 amp, world of difference in sound quality coming out of that horn. So the other thing that we do, okay, so this cabinet I've already got some of the I did a coat of the Sturtex on this guy. But what I do, so when you get these things, maybe I can shine it up there. Yeah, there we go. So, well, no, that's not. Basically on that backboard, you can see that brown color there. That's the original press wood. But I just like to put a coat of something over it because when I got these, they came from a smoker's house. And yeah, they reeked of smoke. So when you get them, basically you'll see here along your bottom seam, I don't know if turning this down is going to help, but let's try. Yeah. Basically on your seams all the way around here, they had no glue here, but they did have a couple of these weird looking blocks. I think there was a total of like 5 of them, which was really weird. So the cabinet was just, it had no reinforcement. Up here, you'll see that I added a piece of wood here, right there. And then I did the same thing on the other side too. So basically what that does is it reinforces this front baffle, makes it a lot stronger. And I can tell it when I knock on them. So the other thing I did is I went around all the seams with glue, did all the seams all the way around with glue. And then I basically just cut some scrap wood that I had and put that in all of the corners. So basically that right there really made the cabinet a lot more sturdy. It's not going to fall apart on you. And then when you do the Sturtex coating, it basically makes the cabinet stronger as well. I was going to go with wood laminate, but I thought, no, we'll just do this way because, yeah, it's just a lot easier and less of a headache. But anyway, I mean, so that's kind of what you guys are going to get into when you buy a set of these. They're going to be in really, really, really sad shape. Like these ones, the back corners were basically just all chewed up and dented up. Same thing with the backs of them. So basically what I did is I just used flat black primer for the backs. So you'll just kind of see here how I fix those up. But like these are your corners. Like these corners, I mean, yeah, they were basically round. There was like chunks of wood out of them. There's a few places on the back where it was missing, the wood. But literally all you need is just some wood filler and glue, wood glue, and you know, then the Duratex paint, of course. So I mean, I picked these up for $150. I don't think the guy really knew what he had, but picked them up for $150. Spent a couple weeks, you know, rebuilding them, and now they're basically like new speakers. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there in case anyone ever got a set of these. If you want to know where I got the diaphragm, just message me. Like I said, the tweeters, you can get those. Those are always available on eBay. Mostly coming from like a realistic Mach 2 speaker. And then your crossovers, you can get the microfarads and everything that's written on the side, how many volts they are. They are 50 volt capacitors. So those, you can redo those in the film caps if you want to know which ones I got. You know, you can do that. Other than that, that's basically it for these guys. But like I've got them running on my Yamis, on just one of my Yamis. That thing peaks out at around 1500 watts. They took every bit of it and didn't care. So again, that's my review on these Kenwoods. So if you get a chance to pick a set up, I suggest you strongly do it. I've got some stands coming for these, and they'll be in the corner. One will be over here. The other one will be over there on 3-foot stands. And then I'm probably going to keep the clip speakers for the outside, and then I have my Atmos speaker up there on top. But that set of those are the Fluence signature ones, like the most expensive ones that Fluence makes. You know, I did a video on one of those before, so those are great speakers for home theater. But for music listening, yeah, it's all over the board. But these guys should fix that. So, and then I also know, or some of you know on my last video, I got the 4-movie triple laser projector, and then I also had God, I can't even remember what that thing was. I'll look it up though, because I'm going to be doing a comparison video before those, but I ended up getting COVID. I was down for about a month, so never did that. But if you're going to go with a laser projector, get the 4-movie triple laser projector. Best bang for your buck. I do know that now, since I bought the projector setup, I went with a 150-inch screen triple laser projector. And then all of a sudden, oh, here comes Hisense and TCL with their 150 and 120-inch TVs. So I'm kind of a little bit torn on that, but hey, at least I got a much more bigger screen. And in the nighttime, this thing just, it shines like Alexa, turn off the living room. So I had my living room lights, shining directly on that screen, kind of like this flashlight. So, but anyway, at night, yeah, beautiful picture. But like I said, that's going to be in another review video. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about the Kenwoods. If you get a chance, pick these up. I'm going to be rebuilding the crossovers on this one tonight, and then getting it back together. The other thing that's good to do, I did forget about this. So this is some cotton polyfill fabric. So basically I put it in the bottom, and then it goes up to the tops on both sides, and then there's a little bit left over that you can cut and staple to the very top of the cabinet. That really helps with your base. It helps get rid of cabinet resonance and stuff. The stuff that came with these was just like a really thin piece of foam, and it reeked like cigarette smoke, so I just decided to ditch it and then coat every part of that box with some type of primer, just because it smelled of cigarette smoke. The other big chore you're going to have is all that factory simulated wood vinyl you have to peel off of these things. It takes forever, and you're probably going to tear your fingernails up when you do it like I did. But anyway, if you guys have any questions or anything, just put it down in the comments. Thanks.